Hi, everyone. Hey, Jamie. Thanks for joining me. I'm gonna try to work on some, I'll tell you, I'm gonna turn the lights on in here. It's so dark. Um, I'm gonna see if I bought a kit to take to my class today from Amazon, and I'm gonna see if it works out. So, signing out. How are you, girl? How are you? I'm gonna turn the lights on. Guys, I can't figure out the lighting situation here. It just is not, it's like ridiculous. All right, let's see if I can figure it out. Okay. All right, I gotta turn the fan on. The lights came on. Okay. All right, I have not gotten my lights done yet. The lighting sitch is not cool. So what are you up to today, girl? I feel like I'm gonna grab my coffee too. Sorry. Okay, I got some lights on. What is my coffee? You guys, I've been up since the crack of dawn. Anyway, it's always something around here. So I got my coffee. I'm gonna see if this little kit works. Because if it doesn't, I'm kind of in trouble. Hey Joyce, how are you? So I bought this. My little table is a mess, you guys. There's like no way around it. It's a mess. Okay. Got my coffee. Golden. And I don't know how to zoom in any further on this one. I need a whole new camera set up. I gotta like figure it out. So I got this wire and pliers from Amazon. And let's just see if it works. Why do I get up so early? Because I had to take Seisha to school, and I got the school thing, and because if you haven't gone through menopause, getting up early, having no not being able to sleep is like a common thing. Okay, let's just please. I hope this works out because I didn't even test it. I just got them in the mail, left them in my car, and I thought, oh, I better test them out before I take them to class and see if it works. So today we're going to make some chain, and we're making super simple chain. And these are supposedly all-in-one pliers. So they come with like you can see they have a wire cutter, and then they have a little thing that you could flatten something, and then they're round nose. But the real reason I got them is it came with wire too. When I agreed to do this class, when I agreed to do the class, they told me that they had all these supplies. And that's why I agreed to do it. But the reality is they didn't have them. So we're going to see if this works out. And if it doesn't, I don't know. If it doesn't, you guys, I'm going to cry. Okay, so we're just going to let me cut the end off. Let's see. Okay, so the wire cutters work. I don't usually like all-in-one things, but you guys, all the supplies came out of my budget. And I'm sure they'll reimburse me, but when you need it now. And they don't, anyway. Jewelry supplies can be kind of expensive. I don't have any snake issues. Girl, you got me that whole snake thing kind of like that. I have to tell you, Jamie sent me an image of a snake that she found in her yard. You guys, it was very scary for me. All right, so I'm gonna see. Guys, and I'm also I don't usually work with craft wire, and I don't know what this is. This is probably like anodized aluminum or something. And can I tell you, that's always not the best. This piece was kind of bent and funky anyway to start with, so that doesn't really help. You hate snakes. I don't know. So how are you, Miss Joyce? Tell me what's going on in your world. Thanks for a thumbs up, friends. Okay, so that's okay. So they'll do okay, but I need to probably plan it out to figure out. Anyway. Well, I can already tell it's going to be probably a little disastrous, so maybe we'll do something else today. Okay. That's probably too big of a thing too. I'm gonna make this super simple chain link that where you just do, I'll show you one of them. Would be better if I had a block, a block to hammer on. You've had a black snake in your shed. What? But he kills mice. I hear you. Yes, lurkers, please say hey. That would be awesome if you said hello. Okay, this is like a super simple, I don't know if you guys have ever made chain, but this is like a super simple way like to make like, so that's just going to be what one link looks like. If you can see it very well. Let's find anything dark. Guys, here, I have this block, I have this. So that's what a link is going to look like. And then you just connect them. But these are kind of big, but I may just do these for demonstration purposes. But I wasn't very smart. I need to get a, guys, I need like need a template. Maybe I'll use this sticky pad as a template. I'll just use that as a template. Let's see if this is the same size. Thing is, you got to cut your wire all the same size to begin with before you do your chain. You've been crocheting and not much else. Hey, crocheting is awesome. Good for you. And crocheting is great. Well, you guys know that from my last live stream, I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to be making videos. And then I went on this job interview because this woman called me out of the blue. And I posted my resume so long ago, so I don't know exactly when she saw it. But she called me out of the blue and she asked me to come in for an interview. And I said, okay. And it's managing a metaphysical store, which you guys know. If you guys have been here a while, you know my woo-woo, you know I love all that sort of stuff. So I'm just going to cut my wires the same length. And, you know, I should do some whole jewelry things with you guys. I just got to get my jewelry stuff set up. So Shelley called me and asked me if I'd come in for an interview. And I said, sure. You know, an interview is just an interview. Will you guys? She was like, okay, can you start right now? So I've been working every day since. And it's not an incredibly difficult job. It's just a lot of information to take in. And then you're also like dealing with customers, you know, when they come in. So I'm going to cut 10 links of wire. That'll be 10 chain links. And you can make this smaller, but they've made these mixed media pendants. And hopefully I'll get one of them and show them to you. They came out super good. They made these mixed media pendants, and I want to teach them how to make a really basic chain that they could make anywhere without having to solder, without having to file. Let me see, how many do I have? I have 4. And, you know, they could make it out of any kind of craft wire. You have rattlesnakes and copperheads. We have copperheads here. I don't know about rattlesnakes. But Jamie sent me a video of this bull snake that was so aggressive, and she said it sounded like a rattler. And then Blake just kind of like, he was walking in and out. He's cleaning out my garage, and he was walking in and out of the house when Jamie was showing me the picture of the bull snake. And I said, look at this video. And he looked at it and he goes, oh, that's the kind of snake we have in our yard. We had in this yard. I was like, what? Well, I knew we had a snake, but I didn't know what kind it was. And this was like, you guys, 1.5 years ago when we moved into the house, you know, and back when he was doing the lawn. But now I have a guy that comes and cuts my lawn. And so, because honestly, guys, I couldn't add that to my plate. It was like one more chore for me to have to do that I just couldn't get around to doing. And he was like, yeah, that's the same kind of snake. I was like, oh my God. Well, if I thought I was going to go out there now, no. After Jamie sent me the aggressive bull snake video, and then him nonchalantly going as he's cleaning out my garage, he goes, oh yeah, that's the kind of snake you have in your yard. I was like, oh, great. You had a full panic attack. It was terrifying. The video was terrifying. I mean, the video itself and how aggressive the snake was, that was really terrifying. So, that was very, very terrifying, okay? But it's even more terrifying than that after the video that that's the same snake I have in my yard. I was like, "Oh, great." Guys, there ain't no lounging out in the yard for me. There is no lounging. That's the one thing in Hawaii, there was no snakes. 4, 6, 8. I need 7, 8. I need 2 more, and then we'll see how far and I'll keep one as a template. Hey, Carla, how are you, girl? Hey, Kim. Yeah, I thought I would come on and I have to make a sample for my class. You guys, now that I started this job, so this is the downside for me is that, I had all these plans of doing all this stuff. And then now that I started this job, which I'm grateful for the job, you guys, it's not my end all to be all job. I think it's like a holdover job till I figure out what I'm doing. I did get offered another super good job back in Hawaii. And I'm thinking about it, guys. I'm really thinking about it because I haven't found my groove here. I'm not going to lie. I have not found my groove. I haven't found my groove. I haven't, the other job that I had I just worked it all the time. And by the time I came home, I was so tired, I would just sleep. And I can see visions of that happening with this one too, which is not good. But all right. All right. So I cut all my links. I don't know how long they are, you guys, because I don't have a tape measure. I'm going to work on it. This is just some sort of anodized. It's called, you can see it. It's like jewelry wire. And these are supposedly some all-in-one pliers where they have they're round nose, but they have a wire cutter. And it looks like they have, can you hear the dog? I'm sorry, guys. She's freaking out. I don't know why. And then they have another little wire rounder thing in there. Can you see it? Where you could pull them through. Anyway. So I got these in the mail. I bought them on Amazon for the kids because I have like 8 kids in this class. They're high schoolers. They're not really, some of them are graduating seniors. But I don't have they didn't provide me with any jewelry supplies. And you guys, metalsmithing is, so I'm going to do one loop one direction and then one loop the other direction. Metalsmithing is expensive. The jewelry supply, just the tools, like if you're going to get yourself some good tools, they're expensive. And so, when I had agreed to do it, they said they were going to supply all the tools. Well, I'm in the class and they haven't supplied any tools. So I've been making them do mixed media stuff because I have all that supplies. And guys, my finances aren't as such where I can just donate a lot of, normally in the past, I would just donate whatever they needed and not even think about it. But my finances are not as such where I can donate thousands of dollars worth of jewelry supplies at the moment. So you're just going to have to take it for what it is. They haven't been complaining or anything, but, it's not how it's not how I like to function. I like to have everything, and projects planned out, but my projects are like whatever whatever I can do for free or little. So finally I bought all these pliers and stuff, and they were like, the pliers and wire together was like, because I want to say I think it was $10 per child. So that's like $100, like 8 was like I bought 9. So a little less than $100. I don't even have a block. Normally I would have guys, I haven't even unpacked my stuff to have up to know where all of it is. Normally I would have a metal block and a hammer so that I could hammer them all flat and all that, but I don't even know where that is. Okay, so there's 2 links and they're not exactly the same. So, you guys. So normally what you would do is you would pull your wire completely straight, maybe hammer it flat, because see how, even though I cut it, and anodized aluminum is like super, it's soft and brittle. I don't know how to describe it to you. Like if you mess with it too long, you'll break it off. It's like Remember when you were a kid and you'd bend your metal back and forth, back and forth? Well, it's like that. But I don't even have a. Another thing is generally if you had two pair of pliers, it'd be more helpful. But guys, it was like, okay, do I spend a bunch of money on wire? Anyway, it doesn't even matter. They made these mixed media pendants, which came out great. Now I'm hoping we'll be able to put together this little super simple. These are kind of long for chain links. Maybe I should make them shorter. And I don't have a block. I can't even hammer them flat or hammer them perpendicular. Complaining I shouldn't. How are you going to hook them together? Just like this, Jamie. Nothing. It's like you do one direction, one the other. And then the problem is I probably do need some sandpaper or something because the edges are a tiny bit rough. Just like this. Haven't you guys ever made a chain like this? This is like mixed media chain 101. And if you hammer them in the middle, they look really good because you can flatten out the wire in the middle. I don't even have any hammers, nothing. I don't got nothing, you guys. I mean, I do upstairs, but I'm not taking the other thing is this. You don't want to use, if you use gold or silver or even copper, you don't want to mix it with your anodized aluminum because that can contaminate your tools, your files and stuff. So that's the other thing is like, I don't want to, the tools that I have are the ones that I've used all these years. I've used on, gold. Like you don't even use your platinum tool. The things that you work with platinum with use separately than the other ones too, because you don't want to contaminate it. And so it'll just be like that. Here, I don't know. Can you see them? Just like this. Do you see? Nothing. I will make you a ring. I made somebody a wedding ring not that long ago. If I get a chance, I think I took a picture of it. Is this one even the same length? Kind of not. Doesn't even really matter if they're not the same length. But they're just going to put and I could teach them how to make jump rings, but this is the other thing. I don't have a set of files. I didn't buy them. So your basic jewelry tools you'd need some files, needle nose files. You'd need some different grit sandpapers. And if you buy yourself micro papers, those are expensive. They're like made out of like sort of not plastic, but they're like microfibers and they're like, I don't know. I'll have to show them to you guys sometime. But you need files and wire cutters. You'd need awls. You would need dowels. It's probably a couple $100 per basic jewelry kit, So I'm doing it on the $9 wire and plier, the all-in-one pliers, which I've never really used these all-in-one pliers. So that's it. So far we got 4 links. And I guess we could make an S clasp. So far we got 4 links. So Miss Kim, how are you? Carla, you're still on my bucket list, girl. I'm going to come and see you. I totally am. It's on my bucket list to do. You guys, I don't know whether I'm coming or going. I'm trying to figure it out. And I haven't done well with the figuring it out since I've moved here. I haven't figured out my life. Haven't figured it out. All right. This one's not going to be the same. The other thing is I should have taped my pliers where I made the eye so that all the eyes would be the same. The eyes are this part, the round part. And I didn't. Maybe you'll stay next year and they will give you a full class of things you need. Yeah, you're waiting, girl. I want to come see you so bad. You know what, Jamie? I don't know. It's like the other thing is so like now I have this job and it was started without me really having any prep or anything. So, so today I get into the car with my sweet girl, take her to school. And she's like, "Oh, I have play rehearsal on Friday." "Well, you guys, I work on Friday." So I'm like, "Okay." I'm like, "Well, I'm glad you're telling me right now." Yeah, these eyes are not the same. I said, "I'm glad you're telling me right now." I said, "All right." So now I gotta, like, see if Blake can take her or if I can find her a ride, or because she goes to school Monday through Thursday, so when they put me on the schedule for Friday, I didn't think anything of it. I was like, "Okay, no big deal." Have I submitted a receipt to them? Maybe that's how this will apply. I don't know. I will submit a receipt. Kim, I've already put out a lot of money for the class, even though we're using stuff that that I have or whatever. It's like, anytime you multiply things by more than one person, you guys know what I mean. You guys get it. You know what I mean. Anytime you multiply it by more than one person. Well, that link's going the same way. You had to do it for years. That's why you don't buy stuff. Well, I make my stuff too, but see, so this was the thing, is they had hounded me from the when they found out that I was a former metalsmith. They hounded me from the beginning of school to teach a class, and I was working so much back then. I couldn't. I was like, I can't even figure out how to fit it in. Well, when I left that job, I suddenly had a little bit of time, and you only have your kids for a short period of time, and I was like, she really wanted me to do it, and anyway, and so I said yes, and I asked them for supplies, but they were like, "Oh, yeah, we have stuff and this and that." Well, they never supplied it, and I still had the class every week. So what I did was we made altered books to begin with, and I told them I'm using them as our template, as our sketchbook, so that we could decide what we really wanted to make. We made some fabric brooches. We made some fabric brooches. We made some mixed media pendants, which they came out excellent. I'm gonna have to show some of these, you guys. They're amazing. Kids have like no boundaries as far as, and they're grown. They're not little kids. They're grown. They're teenagers. They have no boundaries to what they'll do in their own work, and I just appreciate that more than anything. So they were in it, and they made some amazing things. And so, but they've been making their altered books, and like, so then I printed out these collages that they made, you guys. And then I bought some, I don't have them in the house, but I bought some, just some bezels that you can pre-made I bought them on Amazon. Actually, they weren't that expensive, and little glass cabs to go in them. And we then took and cut up their collages and cut up bits and pieces. I made them copy their collage pages. Okay, so now we've got our chain this far, which if you guys have never made, this is like the most simple possible way to connect. And you could do them shorter or longer, but the cool thing about this, making it like this, is you can then add fabric or whatever to it. It's not going to give, like, to wear it as a bracelet wouldn't work, but to wear it as a longer necklace, it's going to be fine. Do you see what I mean? It's going to hang okay. And you can make your links as long or as small as you want, but this is like a no-brainer chain. Anyway, so we've done it. We've made all kind, but they're really into this altered book thing that we did. I mean, they're really into it. And I take all my magazines and they cut it out. They've made some amazing collages. So we've made collaged pendants out of their stuff. I was going to do some resin work with them, but you guys, just buying the resin was a couple $100, and I didn't even buy it. So I'm just kind of like playing it by ear. I thought my finances would be better by now, but I just don't have the extra. You know what I mean? I don't have the extra to put into it. Normally I wouldn't even care. That's why, I mean, you guys, I really need to rethink like where I'm living and what I'm doing, because I've always felt supported wherever else I lived. And it's not that I don't feel supported here. It's just because I'm used to being able to pay I'm used to a different type of pay scale. Does that make sense? A different wage scale. Okay, so far this is what we have in our chain. But I think the kids are going to get into it and I think they're going to like it. Because then once they see that they could just go buy some craft wire and make themselves a little chain, and these are not hugely time consuming. Any type of pendant they make, a paper pendant or even a mixed media pendant or a glass pendant, the chain will hold. And you just make them long. Slip over your head chain. You don't make a. My problem is they do have a little bit of a wank on them as far as like, I need some sandpaper, but I don't even know if I have that. So I'm just going to keep making my chain. It's a Taktika. Yeah, she did keep volunteering me, but you know what though? My other kids used to volunteer me far more, so I just kind of go. You guys, I love her. I only have her for a couple more years. As we all know, they grow so fast, and I love her. I love all my kids, but I mean, she doesn't really ask me for anything. So this job, you guys, they have a snake at my job. They have a freaking snake at my job. Guys, I'm not a snake person. I am not a snake person. I'm not a snake person. Oh, when I take my pliers, well, I'm going to give them all a kit. I'm going to give them each one of these. This one's going to be Ava's. I'm going to give them each one of these kits. I just wanted to try it out to see if it worked. I'll show them I'll demonstrate it a couple times and then they'll go off on their own. Kids are always like that. And maybe I'll have an extra class if they'll all come on another day because we only get like an hour and a half. And you guys, that's really not a lot enough. Metal and jewelry work is not fast. So they have a snake at my job, and you have to water the snake and spray the cage because the snake is like molting or something. I don't know what kind of snake it is. I'll take a picture of it. It's like an albino looking snake. I don't know. You guys, you know me. I can't do something just super simple. Gotta have a little extra. The snake's a little extra. Sorry. The snake is a little extra. So, yeah. The snake is some extra. Bless me. Oh, thank you, Kim. So, and thanks for you guys, those of you that bought my little journals. I'm really appreciative. Thank you guys so much. I have some bigger ones coming out. I got a couple of emails from people going, I want a full size journal. I don't want a traveler's notebook. I have some. You guys are all in process. I'm not going to lie. Since I moved from Hawaii, I have been in a funk. It has been so much more difficult. I had no idea how hard it would be for me to adjust to being here. Because I'm not, you guys, I'm not the kind of person that has like issues like that, but obviously I did this time because I've been having them. I have the adjustment, the cold, all of it has been a little extreme for me. And and the lack of not having like I don't know how to put it, but not having the ideal job, not that there's such a thing as an ideal job, but not having the not being paid when I'm used to being paid, and it's my fault, you guys. I didn't do my research before I moved. I did not do my research. I found a house that I loved. It wasn't too cold. I found a school for my daughter. I was like all in, and I got here, and it's been so stressful and for me, very challenging. So anyway, and I don't feel like I'm not set in my ways that I can't flex to something, but obviously I had something going on. No, I didn't have much time to research, and we did move here for Blake's dad, and, the really sad thing is, you guys, is, he doesn't really get to see him that often, but that's his issue, not mine. I don't go at all because, you guys, I just I haven't had a breathing space to do it, and honestly, it just upsets me, and it's his dad. Both my parents passed, and maybe I transferred what I would have hoped would have been if it had been my parents, I would have hoped that somebody would have done for me. But the reality is, I didn't put myself in the equation. That's been my biggest life lesson. Hey, Cassandra. What smells like mothballs? What it Lowe's and Home Depot? What your journal? Oh, thank you, Sherry. How are you, Miss Sherry? What smells like mothballs? You guys, I'm not watching the chat. I was like trying to measure my. You guys you're off on a tangent. Thanks for hanging out with me. Hang on, girls. Okay, now let me see if I can get my chat going. I can see it. Oh, the snake away smells like mothballs. Girl, I don't want any. You don't have any pets. Oh, so snake away. Yikes. No to the snakes. Oh, God. No, but you're right, Kim. You guys, I'm learning. The biggest lesson I've learned in moving is I have to put myself in the equation. And I told you guys, I have this really good friend. We've been friends for like 40 years. And I talked to him on my birthday in February, and he has been so instrumental in like giving me like super good perspectives on things that I didn't even see, and told me some brutal truths about myself, which were like, I was like, oh, I was like, oh, thank you very much. But just told me some brutal truths about myself, about, putting myself in my life and the type of caregiver I've been. And, you know, I mean, it was stuff I needed to hear. Was it easy to hear? No, it was not easy to hear. Okay. But it was coming from a place of love, so I know like he's not the kind of friend that just like gives you zingers or whatever. He's like the kind of friend that, he told me the truth. He told me what I needed to hear, even though I didn't want to hear it. And I'm going to leave this up as my black background for my chain because I don't have any. I don't know if you can see it very well. So anyway, these are the bags that it came in. Anyway, so he was like, guys, I can't. Okay, good. I'm in the camera frame now. He was very honest with me and, and told me some things about myself that are all true, all as difficult as they are to hear. They are true. And, it's been sort of eye-opening. And so, yeah. So I don't know, you guys. I've had lots of like sort of life lessons since I've gotten here, which I'm sure we all have all the time, but they just seem more present for me because I'm not in my own, even though this is my house, I'm not in my own comfort zone. Does that make sense? You can't see it well in the you can see it well in the dark dust. You guys, this is like a table cover because underneath it is like some really old antique table. And it's like one of those table covers that you put on before you put like a tablecloth on. But I don't want to ruin. It's Blake's grandmother's table, and I don't want to ruin it. But you guys, I have all the stuff in my house that I didn't even pick out. And that's a whole other thing because I've been going through letting go of stuff because it doesn't belong to me or it doesn't feel like it does. No. I mean, I don't know what they were going to do with it. I think they were just going to get rid of it all. And I just said yes to it because I was like, oh, well, at least I don't have to buy any furniture. And it's not bad, you guys, but there's like an energy to things that, especially if it's not something you like really go fish for. All right. These are not all the same length, but it won't really matter. Yeah, it's a table pad. It's like guys, this table's huge and it's covered. You guys, I've got it covered in all kinds of stuff. I've got it covered in dyed paper and journals in process. I've got junk mail on one end that I've kept some of the envelopes to reuse, and it's my catch-all table. It was a dining table, now it's a crafting table. Because my craft room's upstairs, but I don't get good reception up there, good internet reception. That's a whole nother thing, okay? That's a whole nother ridiculousness. Cassandra, I love your earrings, and I wanted to tell you that the earrings that I got from you. My daughter wears them all the time, and she really loves those pink ones, the ones that you made with your 3D printer. She really loves those. She wears the money ones too. So it's been a huge adjustment for me. Oh my God, Cassandra, she loves them. Those pink ones, you sent her. I got a few pairs from you, but she really loves those. I should have taken a picture of her the other day. I don't remember what she was going to at school, but she was wearing those pink earrings. And I think I see her wear them all the time. So, and she's 16, so that's a good thing. Hi, Dana. How are you, girl? So, you guys, I'm floundering. I'm not gonna lie. I am floundering to figure out what I want to be when I grow up. I am floundering in like, do I stay or do I go? And the other thing is like, it's like, where do I go? And what am I going back to? And if I go back to Hawaii, am I going back? Like, I don't know. You guys, I have no, I'm not a, I don't have any clear idea at the moment. Zero clear idea. I mean, zero. So I'm floundering, not gonna lie. I am floundering. I am floundering. So this is like such an easy chain. You can make it, you could even use them for earring. Like if you did a jump ring on the top, or not even, you could turn it and put an ear wire through it and then turn the thing, and then you could dangle something off of it. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer chain. Be better if you hammered the links in between. The only thing is if you use super soft wire, if you haven't hammered them or tumbled them, they can misshapen, but this is just an example of a chain for the kids. And look, you could hang, like if you were going to put a pendant on it, all you need to do is put a jump ring in. Now, if you did put a jump ring between, the jump ring is just the circle ring. It would be like this, cut off, but made perfectly round. If you did put a jump ring in between them, it would have more movement. Oh, Dana, thank you. Yeah, I have been through a lot. I have been. But I'm just trying to keep going. Girls, I'm just trying to keep going. But I don't know what, I feel like I wish that I knew, like I wish I was like, okay, this is what I really want to do. You guys, I don't even have a good sense of that. I don't even have a sense of like what I want to do anymore. And that's hard for me too. And it is hard for me too because I don't really know. So I don't know. On the upside, my daughter and her husband that have been in Morocco for a while are going to come for a visit. I'm excited about that. I don't know exactly when they're gonna come, I think in a month, but, with kids, anything can happen because they don't have anything. I wish I kinda had their lifestyle, they don't have anything that binds them because they work online. They just, like, travel. They pick a place they wanna live, they go experience it, um, and then they move on, and I feel really lucky that they wanna come back and hang out with me, but I think it's because I told you my daughter, the one that's 16, my oldest daughter and her are very close, and I think that she may have said, "Look, you need to come back. Mom needs you." Mom can't decide where she's moving or what she's doing, so can you just come back? Because mom needs you. It is great to see the travelers. I'm excited about that. Yes, Dana, I have had a few curveballs that have thrown me off. You are so right. I have had several curveballs that have thrown me off, you guys. I'm like, yeah, this is not where I saw myself at 59. This is not where I saw myself at 59, sisters. I do love my house, though. I do. Cassandra, how's your house? Are you back? Are you back in your house or are you still in New York City? And how's Miss Olivia? How is Miss Olivia? Don't get you started. Okay. Olivia is sassy. And how's Miss Imani? Oh my gosh, that picture you had of her, she has gotten so big. I don't know where this year is gone, but she's gotten so big so fast, Imani. And she was born gorgeous, but every day she gets more and more gorgeous. You better tell that Justin better watch out. He better watch out. That girl's gonna have more suitors than anything you guys have to see Cassandra's little granddaughter. Oh my gosh, and she's so smart. She is a gorgeous girl. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Next time I should have probably bought the kids colored wire, but because I got whatever Amazon had. She talks like she's a grown up. Oh my gosh, those are my favorite ages. Like when they're little and they like say all kinds of sassy stuff. I love that. Thanks for the thumbs up, friends. I really appreciate that. I appreciate it. So, yeah. So those of you that like make charms, junk journaling charms, or just charms or purse charms, you can make this chain. It works and it's good. I've made it in copper, I've made it in brass, I've made it in all different things. And if you had some beads, see how much space there is between. You could put some beads between it. You could wrap some colored wire around it. I'm just making it long enough to show the kids. She called her great granny Olivia the other day. Aww. I know New York City in the summer is hard, but I love New York City in the summer. I don't know, Central Park and all the things that I used to take my kids to do in the summer. And, there's some people that don't really like New York, but I love New York. I loved living there. I always loved living there. So, hey, I see a bunch of lurkers. You guys all say hey. Just let me know what's going on with you. Say howdy. So, yep. I'm sorry, I'm not even on camera, you guys. This is the problem is that in my little space upstairs, I have it all set up where I knew where I was and knew my airspace and all that. But down here, not so much. But the internet up there is just, even though I got the highest, whatever you can get from Spectrum, like the kind you get for a business, doesn't always work. That it has in common with Hawaii. What did you say? You talked to some Take some pictures? Okay. I'll try to. I will try to. Sometimes they take them home, like, they made these amazing collages a couple of weeks ago, and I had them take some I printed out some of their they emailed me some of it, and I printed them out at home, and, I brought them back, and then we, reconfigured them and used them as and then I was, like, hoping we could have, like, a little show and tell, like a little art show and tell, and they were like, "Oh, I already took it at home and hung it on my wall." Like, I was like, "Oh, okay." I'm like, "All right, no finished project for me." It was fun, though. It was really fun. It was fun. I had them send me photographs, and I printed them out, and we did the image transfer, and we did some of them on fabric and some of them on paper and some of them in their books, and, you should see what they've made with them. It's one girl made a shirt with hers, and it came out gorgeous, you guys. It came out gorgeous. And then, yeah, one girl made a wall hanging. Um, yeah, they've done some pretty cool projects. What's neat is that, we've all had the same supplies, but when you see what they come up with, it's always something everybody comes up with something a little bit different. So that's quite nice. Oh, they love what they make. Cassandra, you know what? It sparked such a joy in me to be around them. And, you never know because, like, they range in ages from, like, 13 to 18. So some of them are real like, the younger ones might be much more, like, chatty and talk to you about things, but the older ones are kinda like, "Pfft," you know what I mean? They're just kinda like, I'm not having anything to do with you," kinda thing, so you don't really know. You honestly don't know what they're if they like it or they don't like it or what's going on, but then when you see that they've taken them home and they're all, you know, then you're like, "Wow." And then one of the other teachers, because I don't know, because I only have them for that hour and a half or maybe 2 hours, the one of the teachers goes, "Do you realize look at the bridge you're building," like, she goes, "I don't see that interaction happening in other classes," and I was like, "Oh, okay." I mean, I'm just interactive with them. It's not like I'm talking to them like I talk to you guys, just showing them what I do and then just showing them like, try this or try that or, oh, that didn't work out. Let's don't throw it away. Let's see if we can salvage it. Let's see what we can make with it. Let's see if we can turn it into something else. So that's really all it is. It's not, guys, it's not rocket science. It's just dealing with kids and treating them like you want to be treated. That's all it is. Treating them with the same respect you want. And they just respond to it. They're just like me and you. When you feel like you're valued and seen, you respond accordingly. So that's all it is. Guys, I really wish I could figure out the direction I'm gonna go. If I could do it, if I figured it out, I would already be there. It's like, I don't know. I don't really know. Okay. So far we got some pretty good chain going on here. I got all these links I can put together. Yeah, I treat them as equals. And I ask their opinions and I ask their thoughts about things and I say, and I'm honest with them. I said, "You think you're gonna have all the answers when you're older, but you don't." I said, "Truly find something you love doing." I said, "Because if you think, okay, I'm just doing it for money and you find yourself in a repetitive thing that doesn't bring you any joy," I said, then where is your creativity gonna be sparked? I mean, and I'm talking to them from my own personal experience. I'm not talking to them as like something I haven't lived. I don't know, you guys. I've been thinking. One of my girlfriends told me I should be a therapist. I said, "Why? Because I need therapy." No, she's a therapist, and she's like, "Shelley," because she always calls me when she has issues. She's a therapist, but I'm like, "Yeah, but you listen to people all day long. Of course you have." You know what I mean? It's like we all need that outlet of We need that outlet of things. But anyway, I love the class. They did ask me if I would teach next year, but you guys, I have to first of all figure out if I'm going to be able to stay. That's what I have to do. I have to figure out if I can financially make it happen here. And if I can, then I will. But if I don't want to commit to something and feel obligated to do something that, they pay me something nominal, you guys. It's nothing. Nothing. Okay, the pros and cons to this chain are you got to make sure your links are closed completely. Not totally closed, but closed so that they don't come open. Obviously, I haven't because that piece came off. But that's okay. So, I don't know, you guys. I don't know anything. I don't know a thing. That's the older I get, the more I realize whatever I thought I knew was just bullshit. How many of you guys are like that? It was just bullshit. So look, that changed pretty long already. And you can make it in any kind of wire, and you could do it in mixed wire. Like you could do one in a silver colored wire. You could do the next one in a brass colored wire. And if you did put jump rings between them, it wouldn't come to a point. I think I found my purpose. Oh, well, I mean, Sherry, I love teaching, but I don't make any money doing it. I mean, I have to make a living. Like all of you, we all have to, make a living. So you guys, I like anything to do with recycled, repurposing things. You know me. I love all that. Like that's my jam. Like keeping things out of a landfill, finding creative uses for it. Maybe it's not practical as far as like, the uses you find for it, because I'd rather make art out of all of it, but I definitely love that. That's my definite jam. Can you guys hear the birds? It reminds me of my house in Hawaii. Don't you remember? Did you remember my neighbor telling me that my birds were pooping in her yard? The the wild birds. She called them my birds, and then I told you guys after all that, I found out she was feeding them. I'm like, of course they're going to poop in your yard. You're feeding them. Oh, thanks, Jamie. I've been thinking about it, Dana. I have been. I just don't even know. Like, first of all, I thought I found a space like way back when I was really in my funk, because I feel like I'm coming out of my funk on the other end. But I had gone and I had looked at this space and I thought it was so good. But then somebody bought the building, and the person that bought the building isn't from around here. And I think he lives in Florida. And then he wanted like some crazy amount of rent for it. You guys, it's still vacant. He wanted like, I don't know, rent that's not rent that you couldn't afford. In the nicest way I'm putting it. But anyway. So I thought about it. I mean, I've still been thinking about it. So I went to see, remember I told you guys I met he was my landlord at the job that I had downtown Asheville. Although I'm back down to downtown Asheville with my current job. But he's an older guy and he's like in his 80s, and he's just so sweet. Anyway, he's been calling me because he used to come by and see me, and we'd have coffee a couple times a week because he lived right down the road from where the store that I managed. And I used to make a point to have coffee with him every week. Anyway, make a very long story short, he's been calling me every week and asking me, he wanted to come over to my house and have coffee and all this stuff. And you guys, it's not that I didn't want to have him over to my house to have coffee. It's just, I'm just not in a place to want anybody to come to my house at the moment, And so finally yesterday I went and had coffee with him when I left work. I met him for coffee. And you guys, he was like, I've been thinking about you, and I think I found what you should do. Are you ready for this? Tell me I should be a real estate agent. You guys, I just laughed. I said, you're so sweet. Oh, Lord. You should be a real estate agent. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, thank you. I said, you're so sweet. was kind of thinking if I was going to be a real estate agent, if that was my calling, I think I would know it before now. I think I would know it before now. Okay. So far, this is what I have. Oof. I didn't tighten that one. So if you do it, make sure you tighten on it. Make sure you close. See, the opening was big enough for it to come out. So just make sure you close it. Make sure you close it more than I did. Anyway, he was very sweet. Okay. So I have my sample chain. So I think the kids will be fine making it. I think they'll enjoy it. Oh, the place is still empty. I did make an offer, Cassandra, but the guy he's from Florida. And like I know that the prices in Florida are probably much higher than they are here. But, what can you do? I did make him an offer. This was months and months and months ago. You guys, I just don't know if this is where I want to stay. I mean, I love my house, but I just don't. I don't know, you guys. I'm not in 100%. Not in 100% alignment with it. I probably wasn't when I got here, but I was in a different space. Yeah, it's still empty. It is still empty. That's how you really know, like, somebody does not know whoever their real estate agent was didn't really give the guy the real truth. I mean, I don't know how long he's owned it. I didn't ask about it. I didn't ask all that. But I know he's not from here, so. Yep. So what's on? Tell me what's going on with you guys. I want to hear everything you guys are doing. You guys hear my boring life. My boring, unsure, don't know what the hell I'm doing with my life. And that's what's going on with me. And this job is fine, you guys, but it is not my calling. I mean, I love the metaphysical store, but the snake thing, I'm not really in on. And some things happened yesterday before I left work, and I was like, oh, that's a big red flag. So I can come down to Florida for some tropical climate. I will. I love some tropical. You guys, I just got to figure it out. I just got to figure out, like, where I want to go, what I want to do. I just got to put myself in, like my friend pointed out, he's like, if you've been a caregiver your whole life, he's like, and suddenly goes, who's caring for you? You're trying to grow up. Oh, girl. Justin has a new business, the gaming truck. Ooh, you'll have to tell me all about that, Cassandra. So these links are not all the same, but it doesn't really matter. You can't really tell it when you're looking at it like this. And I may, like, if they do decide to put hang their pendants off of it. Oh, come on, dude. I'll make some jump rings for that. For hanging their pendants off of it. You refuse to grow up? Yeah, my friend keeps reminding me that I don't have to know what I want to be when I grow up. I'm like, yeah, but I'd like a little bit more of an inclination of, like, what I need to be doing, because I'm not doing it right now. So you guys got to see my little chain. That was the simplest chain possible. That is the simple chain making process. I'm going to put the chain in this bag. I'm going to put the chain and the links in the bag. I'm going to put this wire back. Miss Ava Green's going to end up with that. That's Seisha's art name. She named herself when she was little. Her middle name is Ava. That's why she goes by Ava. She says people can't say her name, which I understand that. But she added a green because that's her art name. What do you say? He rents his truck out for parties and customers come aboard and play video games. Oh my gosh, that's a great idea. Sherry, I think she's still around. I mean, I haven't. The last I heard is that I know she was moving to the beach. Am I wrong? Because I thought she had like some sort of a sale, a sale in her store. I've bought some really cool vintage beads from her. So I'm gonna hang out with you guys for a little bit longer, and then I've been working one of my books. This was one that I started. This is not my regular one. This is like the second or third one. But I've been dying. I haven't done any sort of work in it. And I'm kind of like, I miss you guys. I think my passion is collage. I think honestly, my passion is like working in my art book. So you guys made a little chain. Look, you could even take that chain. You can make a closure around your book. This is my book number 2. Book number 1's around here somewhere. But yeah. That is so cool, Cassandra. I think Justin's amazing, period, but I think that is such a great idea. There's somebody here that has this thing called the Pinball Museum, which is also really cool. He was a retired, I guess he used to collect vintage gaming machines. And then when he retired from teaching, he opened this, I think his wife probably said, look, you gotta get all this stuff out of my house, you know? And so he opened this museum, this pinball museum, and people come from all over to do it. And so, yep. So I got some. Your son loves retro gaming. Well, if you ever find your way to Asheville, there's a couple of them. You guys, I'm going to turn my phone off. I just plugged it in. I just plugged it in so that I'm going to turn it off because inevitably somebody always calls me. Even though I tell them I'm streaming or whatever, somebody will call me. You have a 1971 pinball machine? Ooh, I love pinball too. That's awesome, Kim. Yeah, this guy that has a pinball museum, he has like original like pinball machines from whenever, the 40s, or I don't know when the first pinball machine came about in the US, but he's got a lot of cool ones, and his wife, they write about him a lot in the newspaper. So if you guys are interested in it, look it up. Look up Pinball Museum, Asheville, North Carolina. Guys, I've been working in this book. I haven't worked in it as long as the other one, but it has been a while. And I've been adding stuff to it. How many of you guys started one of these books? I love these books. I like these earrings. These earrings are really cool. I mean, I wouldn't wear them, but they're cool. Let's see, what is this? It's a necklace. It's a pendant. I like that too. Maybe I'll cut that out. I'm going to put this. You guys, I need some big old clips to keep this book open. This book is like, this book, I'm going to cut that out and then stick it in there. This book does not stay open. Where's the other one? Because I've worked in it so long, you know, the spine was definitely broken, so you could use it. So Now you girls got my 411. I don't know what I want to do. I did take a new job. Don't know if it's a forever job, but it's for a moment job. It was your pastime when you went to town. Oh, that's nice. I did tell you guys about that discountmagazines.com, right? I mean, they're not free, but if you sign up for their newsletter or their whatever their promotion thing, you'll get an email when they have them at all different prices. And I bought every subscription I have for like $5 or $5.50 for a year. That's a yearly subscription, and it's to the regular magazines. I know we got them free on Recycle Bank, but Recycle Bank is no more. Yes, this one's also a reference text. The first one, and I have another one, you guys. I think I have two. I think I have a number 9. The first one I did was a number 7, and here it is because I love it. And I love it. This was my first one, number 7, and I worked in it for a couple of years. I love, see, this, it's all broken in. Like you can work on it. All the pages are flat. I don't know if there's any, there might be a few empty pages. I haven't gone through it. Look, there's that magazine technique. I did it magazine, the transfer over another magazine page, which I didn't know if it would come out or not. So this is my first one. And then I have another one that's number 9 that I've worked in, but I don't know where she is. But I took number 8 with me to school, to the school with the kids, because, you know, I think when they see me working it all the time, then they get inspired to work in theirs more frequently. So that's why. But I haven't worked in it enough for it to lay flat yet. But eventually. Yes. So these are like, I think if you look for them, you can buy them. I got the first number 7 free at like one of those, you know, I used to go to they have a Friends of the Library, you know, organization in Maui. And I used to go and I volunteered there, and because a lot of books end up in a dumpster. So, I mean, one of these books that's where I got the first one because it was in a dumpster. It was, or they were going to throw it in. It was in the pile to go to the dumpster. Okay. So that's where I got my first one. And then the second one, because I don't know where I got it. For a while, I had a ton of them. And when I did a class, I had them. When people came to Hawaii, I did a little, I worked with a friend, and she had a company where they did outings and things for cancer survivors. You know, she did like a retreat, and I used to teach art, and I collected a bunch for that retreat because I thought, you know, like a lot of times people don't think they're art worthy or they're artists or whatever kind of preconceived notions we have about ourselves when it comes to art. And I collected quite a few, and we made journals, and we did all kinds of art things. And I had some, but I think I have a number 9 that I've worked in. This one's number 8. I love the cover on number 7. Some of the covers are better. I even think I had number 10s too. But I don't think I have any more. I think I sold most of my things, or, you know, I used a lot of them, and then I made kits with them, and you guys bought all the kits way back when I was still living in Hawaii. I don't think I have any more of these. But I like the size, and I also like the page quality. I mean, they make really, not all pages are equal in books that you're going to alter. You guys know that. So the pages in this are really good. They, the one thing that I didn't get down here with is my gift card or my used credit card that I could burnish my pages with. Anyway, how many of you guys have been watching Miss Barb Owen? She has been streaming a lot, and I've missed quite a few, but I love her, and I'm glad to hang out with her. So she's been on a while. Because I haven't really been on the internet. I haven't had a chance to, not for the lack of wanting to. How many of you guys went over and made that crocheted purse with Kim? I was there in spirit. I mean, I was there watching. I didn't get to crochet along. It was my daughter invited her little, you guys, she has a boyfriend. My 16-year-old has a boyfriend, and she had invited him over, and I made dinner or lunch or whatever, and that's what I was making when Kim was doing her, was late lunch. I think it was like 5 o'clock or something I was cooking, but she invited him over, so it was very sweet. And he is very sweet. Her little boyfriend is so sweet. Whenever I see him, he always gives me a big hug. And I think that's sweet. I really do. Because, kids don't have to do that. Because I like this. He's just he's so sweet. And then I met what's funny is they were going on that trip. Remember I told you guys they went on a rafting trip or extreme camping sporting thing. She got out. She was like, I had fun. I don't ever want to do that again. Anyway, he was on that trip, and I met one of his moms, and she was so funny. She was giving me the 411. He's got really sweet moms, which, by the way, are both named the same name, which I thought was unusual. But she was giving me the whole 411 about Kim and his brothers, and he's got 2 brothers, and it was very sweet. Of course, it was like 5 o'clock in the morning or some ridiculousness when we had to drop them off, but it was fun. She was very, very, very sweet. I like this yellow. I need something else. Anyway, it was very sweet, and he was sweet, and so that's what I was doing when Kim was doing her. I think I'm going to do that. When Kim was doing her crocheting, and it came out really good. How many of you guys did it? It looked amazing. Kim's very talented, and if you guys haven't gone over to her channel, you should and watch what she's doing. She has a lot going on. So, you guys, I don't know how to turn off my notifications so they don't make noises. It's ridiculous. So you guys have to tell me what's going on in your world. Tell Justin I said congratulations. That is that's a great business, a really good business model. Doesn't have to pay any rent. He just can power it up and go play video games. That's super awesome. That's a great business model, Cassandra. Tell him I said congratulations. Let's see, what else can I tell you, girls, besides me trying to figure out what I want to be with it when I grow up and not knowing what kind of a job, where I see myself job-wise. It was really good, Kim. I really enjoyed it. Because the other thing I can't figure out is this. Okay, so I haven't made videos in a while. So I made one the other day. And I made it using what I always use, my camera and QuickTime Player to make the video. And you guys, it like cut out. It was like I was watching it later. It cut out during like it was like, no, I wasn't watching the whole video, but I watched part of it. And it like cut out during the video. I mean, and it's like, I don't understand that. I don't understand. It was like, because it was just me making the video. So it wasn't me streaming. It was me making a video using the same camera I'm like using right now, but I wasn't streaming it through YouTube. I was just making a video. But it jumped around. So then, you can make a video using streaming. What you do is you just put it on private or put it on unlisted or one of those things. And, you put it on unlisted or whatever, and then you can do it, you know? So that's what you do. So you put it on unlisted, and then you can, like when people do video hops, that's what they do, right? They can do them that way too. You put them on listed, or you upload it and you put it on unlisted, and then, or put it on private, and then I think you have to put it on unlisted and then put it on schedule like that. Well, when I do it through this, like this, it doesn't, I don't have the same, I should have less problems doing it using my camera. So I don't know. Girls, I don't know nothing. I do not know. Your son will be a senior next year? Aw, congratulations to him. That's awesome. All right, let's see. Guess this is going to have more necklaces because I cut some out. I have earrings too. The one thing I will tell you is that Los Angeles magazine is a little bit more progressive. Let's just put it that way. The kid I have, because I told you guys I subscribe to all those things, right? Or I think Los Angeles magazine might be one that was left over, one of my residual recycle banks. But I like some of them. I get like Atlanta. The Atlanta one is good. I get Los Angeles. I get Cincinnati. There's a couple of others that I get too. But the Los Angeles one was like, it was a little graphic. The kids pointed it out to me because I don't look through them before I put it. I have a whole bunch of collage fodder they use. I don't look through them. They were pointing it out to me. It was a little racy. It was racy, racy, racy. Well, congratulations to your son, Dana. Does he know does he plan on going to college? Is he going to go to a VOTEC school? What's he going to do? I don't even know how you can decide even at that age what you want to do, because I'm certainly like way older than that, and I don't know what I want to do. So there you go. I didn't go through. Usually I would go through and go ahead and glue a bunch of pages down, and I did in some areas, but I didn't do the whole book. So all of a sudden you'll find that there's like, and I didn't tear any pages out of this book. I don't remember if I tore any out of that other one. I don't think I did, but maybe I did, because I don't remember. Is that terrible? I don't remember. I don't remember. Yeah, this one needs to be glued to that one. So you guys got the 411 for me. That is what's going on in my world. I think I'm just going to put up a video. I may not do a live sale. I have all of those fabrics and stuff that I have to like let go of some of it. And especially if I decide not to stay, better to start cleaning it out now than wait till the last minute. So I have bunches of lace and vintage fabrics and that kind of thing. I may just do a video that says, if you want some, claim some, that kind of thing, instead of doing a live sale. But I like hanging out with you guys, and I feel like it's the only time I get to see you and chat with you and that sort of thing. Anybody watching anybody new and good on YouTube? Any good YouTube suggestions? Any good sewing YouTubers? Yeah, I'm all into the sewing thing, you guys, right now. What does my girl want to do? I think she wants to be a art therapist, honestly. We were talking about it. She's been on that for a few years. She went to an art therapy class. When her dad and I were going through when I was having so many issues with him, he was like, guys, it was like a nightmare. Anyway, she went to an art therapy class in Maui and she loved it. She went like every week and she just really loved it. And she's been talking about it for a while. So I think she may become an art therapist, which I think is awesome. Because she does make art every day. Guys, she's an amazing artist. I don't even know if she sees herself as an amazing artist, but she is. And she really enjoys it. And she feels like she got a lot out of therapy. And so I think that's what she wants to do. Firefighter's excellent, though. That's super awesome. If he doesn't change his mind. Does she want to move? No, Dana, she doesn't. The reality is, you guys, I didn't do my research. The jobs I'm used to getting pay a lot better in other places. And they just don't pay that well here. So, it's just a reality. It's a reality. The new job I took doesn't pay as well either, but I was just like, I got to take a job at least to survive for a little while here. So I just took it, even though it wasn't exactly what I wanted, and definitely didn't come with the benefits and stuff I wanted. So, yeah, she doesn't really want to move. I mean, she does have really good. Put it this way: her best friend's still in Hawaii. She talks to her every single day. Would it be bad? Would it be horrible if we went back and she got to be with her best friend? No. I mean, they talk every day, all day long on the phone. Like the time difference is a little hard, but they talk every day. In fact, we were talking about her this morning, like in the car on the ride to school. We were talking about her best friend. And they've been friends for, I don't know, 3 or 4 years. Close friends since I think the 6th or 7th grade. And now they'll both be going into the 11th grade. So I don't think, but does she want to go back? No, she really likes it here. She likes it here. I like my house. She likes our house. And I love our house too. Don't get me wrong. So we'll see how it goes. No, I've never heard of Buc-ee's. What kind of store is a Buc-ee's store? Is it a good store or is it like what kind of store is it? Never heard of it. I'm going to have to set something heavy on this. I don't know that store. I don't know it. Do not know it. Well, my lovelies, I am going to let you go. I'm going to get myself together to go teach. And I love you. And thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you guys make this chain. It's not so hard. It's a very easy chain. I hope some of you guys get your materials and make it. And I think it came out fine. Love you, girl. And thank you guys for those of you that bought my journals. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I will have some more and some larger full-size ones. You guys, it take me a lot longer. I'm not a fast crafter. Yes, thanks. Thanks, Jamie. Thanks, Kim. Love you, Dana. Hey, Val. How are you, girl? Big love to you. It's early for you. I will try I don't know. We'll see how my day goes. If I get home this evening and I can stream again, I will. If not, because I work for the rest of the week, I'll try to come on and do it another day. Oh, I love you guys and I miss you. And I hope everything is going well with you and your families. You're always in my thoughts and prayers. I love all of you so very much. And I will see you guys soon. I'm going to go head off to teach. Big hugs. And as always, from my heart to your heart, I'm sending you so much aloha. Until next time. Bye for now.